Earthlings. It's time to get spooky. What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Declassified Crafts. I'm just gonna make things and tell you spooky stories. I'm gonna try to keep the spooky stories real. Maybe once in a while I'll find a spooky story that's not real that I like. But today, we're gonna talk about Chucky the doll.
I'm fucking infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history.
He's so corny, you know? Chucky, if you are uncultured and do not know who that is the doll from Child's Play. He is possessed and he wreaks havoc. He likes to stab people. He's addicted to killing. He's a mess. I have a Chucky cosplay that I'm planning. I'm gonna be like a girl version of Chucky. So I need to paint these. I'm not painting the shorts because I want to keep the shorts for like, a regular outfit if I want to wear it. But I'm going to paint the top part of the overalls because I don't think I'll ever wear it other than this cosplay to look like his good guy overalls and tell you the true story about Chucky the doll. He was actually based off of Robert the doll, who is in Key West, Florida. Robert the doll is not as dangerous as Chucky, but he is one hell of a So, Robert Eugene Otto was born October 25th, 1900. Can you hear that, babe? 1900, that's a long time ago. Robert, who liked to be called Gene, so we'll call him Gene. Gene was born into a wealthy family in Key West, and they owned a plantation. You can probably hear my AC, can't you? There's a lot of different theories as to how Gene got possession of this doll, Robert. One theory is that his grandfather was on a vacation in Germany and got the doll. The doll is said to have been made in Germany. Another one is that his father had an affair with one of the women on the plantation and had the child aborted, and the child that was aborted is said to have possessed this doll that Gene owned. The last theory is that Gene's mother, I should start this. Oh, I can't see from looking in that ring light now. Gene's mother caught a group of, if not at least one of, the women on her plantation practicing what she claims to have been black magic. She did not like that. She immediately kicked them off the grounds. They were gone. You're fired. Done with you. Black magic. Before getting kicked off of the plantation, one of the ladies gave Gene this doll. She had placed a voodoo curse on it before she gave it to him. It was about 3 feet tall. Gene named this doll Robert, which is Gene's real first name. Gene goes by Gene, his doll goes by Robert. He also dressed this doll in one of his sailor suits. Gene immediately fell in love with this doll. He takes this doll everywhere with him. He takes it out shopping. He finds a spot at the dinner table for it. He pretends to feed it his food. He sleeps with it, and his parents at first think, whatever, he's a child, he has a favorite doll, he's just being a weirdo kid. Kids are weirdos. So his parents oftentimes would walk by his bedroom and hear him having conversations, which in the beginning they thought were just him, a kid having a conversation with himself and making two different voices. I mean, I do it sometimes. After a couple of times of hearing these conversations, they started to realize that the voice Gene was talking to, Gene wasn't was not a voice that Gene was capable of making. A deep, raspy, manly voice, the way that this voice sounded. It sounded completely different than anything Gene would ever be able to create. And his parents started to get concerned, thinking, that's actually a little weird. Then Jean started screaming in the middle of the night. His parents would run into his room, say what's wrong, what's going on. His room would be a complete disaster, and he'd be cowering in the corner, and all he would have to say is, Robert did it, Robert did it. And they would look over at Robert, and he would just kind of be sitting there, looking in the direction of Jean, with what you wouldn't want to describe as an evil look on his face, because it was just a doll, but vibes coming off of that thing, man, they were not cool. Then it started to turn into, anytime something went bad, Jean would say, Robert did it, Robert did it. That became his favorite line, Robert did it, Robert did it. Who knows if most of the time Robert was doing it, maybe Jean was doing it, maybe just blaming it on Robert, who knows. They started to find his toys, some of his favorite toys, keyword, favorite toys, mutilated, destroyed, ripped in pieces, heads chopped off of dolls, really creepy things. Why would he do that to his favorite toys? His mother had enough. You're not blaming things on this doll anymore, or this doll is not doing things to us anymore. Either way, I'm putting an end to it. She throws Robert in the attic, and he's gone. Bye-bye, Robert. And then the neighbors claimed to have seen him peeking from the windows of the attic. It's fucking scary. When they would have guests over, you would hear, or they would hear, footsteps coming from the attic, and laughter, evil, weird, faint, maniacal laughter.
What are you, fucking nuts?
I don't know why they didn't just throw the thing away and burn the thing at this point, like keep it in the attic. The doll stayed in the attic for a very, very long time. Eventually, Jean's parents passed away, and he inherited this very nice mansion that he had grown up in Key West, and decided that it was a perfect place to never ever leave again, and paint in one room of the house every day, all day, with this doll next to his side. That's right, he went back up in the attic when his parents died. He got his little Mr. Robert and he brought him back down, and he started spending time with him again. And Jean would now sit and paint with Robert the doll by his side. He would sleep with Robert the doll in a rocking chair by his bed. He would eat dinner with Robert the doll at his table. He would still continue to do everything with Robert the doll. It's as if they were never separated. Now there's like hard hats and tools and stuff all over his overalls, but I'm not putting that much effort into it. It's for a couple of pictures. Jean meets his wife, Annette Parker, and they get married on May 3rd of 1930. They get married in Paris, and they go back to Jean's house that he has lived in his whole life with his friendly little doll. And Annette says, What is this doll? Why is this doll eating dinner with us? Jean says, that's Robert. That's where he eats dinner. Annette is like, alright. And she tries for a little bit to deal with it, but the minute she saw Robert the doll, she did not like him. That's why she said, who the fuck is that? She said the minute that she saw him, he looked and felt evil. Neighbors started seeing him sitting in rocking chairs in front of windows in the house, making evil faces out the window. School children were afraid to walk by the house after or before school because the doll would be sitting there waiting to burn a hole in the back of their head as they walked by. She tried really hard to deal with her grown man husband clinging on to this doll. She, just like the mother does, gets completely fed up. She throws the doll back into the attic. Back you go, Robert. Screw you. All they keep doing is throwing it in the attic. Doesn't leave him for some reason, even though he's clearly a psychopath. Gene starts to become moody. Moody. He would scream and beat the ever-living crap out of his wife. You know, normal things. Normal married couple things, right? I still don't know why she didn't just leave him. You know, like, this doll, it was eating dinner with this couple. It was sleeping with this couple. It was going on to family vacations with this couple. And she still stayed with him. She still stuck it out. Between the way that Robert the doll himself acted, the way that he changed expressions, he changed the mood in the room, he controlled Gene, and the way that Gene acted, he was controlled by this ugly little doll, and he constantly screamed at his wife, belittled her, yelled at her, took everything out on her. Annette ends up literally losing her mind. She ended up in an insane... I don't mean to laugh. She ended up in an insane asylum. Gene ends up dying in his home with, who do you know? Robert by his side. 2 years later, his wife passes away. And then shortly after that, this brush is like, the new family moves into the auto home. This new family has a 10-year-old daughter, and she finds Robert. Robert does the same thing to her. Robert torments her and her family until her family think in here. They're using their brains now. Get rid of it. The family gives the doll to the East Martello Museum in Key West, where he still resides in a little glass case. Surrounding Robert the doll are letters from people that have crossed his path that are afraid of his wrath. Look at that, I rhymed. People leave offerings for Robert. People write letters and leave them for Robert. And it said that if you would like to take a picture of Robert, you must ask politely, or else your camera will break or your picture will be blurry. Employees and visitors at the museum have reported watching his facial expression change right in front of them. Laughter, whispers. Some people even claim that he gets out of the glass at night to fuck around. I don't want to end this video because I'm hearing little bangs all around my house. And I need it to be recorded if a doll comes out and attacks me. If you want to see my female Chucky cosplay, follow my Instagram. I will link it below. I planned on maybe having it at the end of this video, but I'm too lazy to put the blood all over my face today. Check out my Instagram. It'll be posted in a couple of days. All to this day is still wearing that sailor suit.